It's the Bro Show. It's Lucas and Jacob. Okay, this is the first podcast actually in 2025.
Wow.
The rest has all been showbiz, Hollywood, black and mirrors. Wait, smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
It's not
I thought you
Black
were making
Mirror.
up your own phrase, and I was like, there has to be someone that's going to create the new phrases for the new generation. And I think you could be the perfect guy for that.
A lot of people actually tell me that I'm the sole individual who is going to create a lot of the phrases and slang for the new generation, Gen Alpha. For some reason, they're just looking at me for that. Like, I guess I'm just going to create all the trends, but it feels like a lot of pressure, so I don't want to think about it.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it just will happen naturally if people
Yeah.
really believe you are going to do that.
I guess it already is happening naturally. Like, a lot of, 13-year-olds, copy my slang.
I've noticed that this is slang. I haven't incorporated it into my vocabulary, but I first heard it on SZA's Deluxe album, but then ever since that, I've realized this actually is a slang. I actually didn't know about it before this. Crashing out. So we were crashing out on Wednesday. I think this is the right definition. When we had jet lag, we'd be crashing out.
That's what it means, because I also have kind of seen that in my peripheral, crashing out, and I don't know what it means, but it seems like everybody's trying to use that word a lot.
I feel like we could use it for so many
Trying
scenarios.
to use that phrase.
Let's say it feels like I'm trying to put something out in the world, but let's say we got Blaze Pizza tonight. I could picture if I got all the toppings, I would say I'm crashing out.
So it's like living?
I feel like that's the thing with this slang is it doesn't just mean everything. It doesn't even mean anything.
Yeah, I haven't gotten in with that slang yet. So I guess maybe I won't be creating the new slang because I don't even know with that slang. Gen Z teaches millennial slang. That could be the title for this episode.
That could be a whole episode. It feels like every time I'm with you, I'm teaching you things.
Millennial learns from Gen Z.
Do you know who Sexy Red is?
I've heard of her, I think.
Yeah, that could be let's make that a whole other episode because it sounds so fun.
I know. Coming soon.
But 2025. So I've been journaling a lot, and I was journaling a few days ago. This happens every year. It's not even crazy, but I'm going to act like it's crazy. I looked back at my journal entries, and I've been putting 2024.
Oh, for this year?
Yeah, for these January entries. And I was
Jacob.
like, what?
Jacob, it's 2025. Leave 2024 in the dust.
I know. I'm trying now. I'm seeing things differently now.
But also on that note, I think I'm not kidding, it was when I was doing a little journal entry. Look at us little diary girls. But I was doing a journal entry as well. And when I wrote 2025, I was creeped out. Because I was like, wait, it's this year? We're already in 2025? That is weird. Whoa, oh my God. Thumbs up if you relate.
Recently, I've been in this vibe, though, of kind of realizing, it's, nice how time actually, feels kind of slow. Because then I realized, 2 years ago actually feels so long ago. So then it makes me happy thinking, we all have so much time.
Maybe life will last a long time. But I feel like a lot has happened since we got on the pod because we did a few episodes. They were kind of pre-recorded as we told you guys. But I just feel like so much has happened. There were drones flying around the sky. We missed that whole era. That's already old news. I think that was low-key fake. But I wish we would have been able to talk about that live being oh my God, there's drones. We're so scared. And
I know. I
participated in that.
I wish we could have been a part of the spreading misinformation.
I know. And we could have even hunted for drones and then saw airplanes taking off from a nearby airport and just pretended they were drones.
I know.
Like helicopters flying to hospitals, we would say, it's a drone.
3 weeks ago, when we won, or maybe it wasn't 3 weeks ago, a week ago when we won Australia, Lucas actually thought he was seeing Jones.
Oh my God, that was so
funny.
embarrassing. Okay, so to be frank, Oh my God, it's funny. I'm just used the word Frank and I'm going to mention Bethany Frankel. I was following her whole Twitter fiasco. She was covering the drones every night. I was so excited to go on TikTok. And she would say, you guys, drone talk. But then she started saying, you guys, so I have to call them Dior bags now because drone talk was getting censored because they don't want us to know the truth. So she had to start referring to drones as Dior bags. And she was just always updating us on them. I haven't checked in a while. I think she might have moved on to other things. But because I was so into that, when we were in Australia, we were just in Australia, by the way. But I was looking up at the sky and I literally thought I saw drones. And it was so embarrassing because we were on this big balcony at this bar. And I was like kind of talking loud and being like, oh my God, there's drones. And like people started looking up in the sky around us.
That was funny. There was probably like 20 people, and it's always like a cliche, like Americans talk so loud, but I feel like I actually kind of follow that, like probably talking so loud and stuff. But like the whole time I was kind of like, oh, it's like funny how we're joking that there's drones in the sky, but wasn't it just because the sky was moving?
No,
the
Jacob,
clouds were going over the
You're the one who
stars.
brought me back down to earth. I literally thought there were drones in formation moving. But then you said, after like 5 minutes, you were like, I think it's just because the clouds are moving. So the clouds were moving so fast that it made it look like the stars were moving. I don't think I'm really explaining it well, but somehow
Yeah.
it gave the illusion that there were drones moving, but really it was stationary stars and moving clouds. And that's when I realized, like, I'm not going to have any more drinks tonight because this is just embarrassing. Like, you've had too many drinks and you start thinking you're seeing drones. You need to lay off the Bethany Frankel TikTok.
I know. Yeah, but that might have even happened if you were sober, though.
I could see it. Because I feel like when the whole drone thing was happening, I did kind of notice I was looking into the night sky, hoping to see something. Like, do you remember we were walking out of a movie theater one time with our brother and our sister? And I remember on the way to the car, it's literally a 30-second walk. I said, wait, what's that in the sky? Do you remember that? And I think it was just a helicopter, but like, that just shows like in the 30-second walk from the movie theater to my car, like I wanted to see something in the sky.
Yeah, but this does show that for any good investigation team investigating anything, there needs to always be one of each. I feel like that's the perfect combo. Someone that's so into it where they're gonna force themselves to think it's real, even
kind
if
of
it's not
almost
real.
go
And then
delusional.
Someone like, okay, so I am not skeptical of so many things, but for some reason with this whole drone thing, like maybe there was drones flying on, but like I just was kind of the vibe, but like people obviously are kind of overhyping it. That was just my vibe.
Yeah.
So then like I was like the skeptical person in that scenario, and I think that's the perfect combo.
Yeah, that actually is true. Like when you watch these ghost hunting YouTubers or ghost hunting shows, if everyone's a skeptic in the show, it's so boring. You want to watch people who are almost like liars in a way. Like they're not
for
even
sure.
intentionally lying, but they just fall for everything. They think they're hearing ghosts. Like those are the most fun people to watch. Otherwise, it's just them because the reality is like there probably isn't like a ghost. So if there's all these realists doing it, it just isn't as fun.
But then it's fun when like there is a realistic, because then like a mix is good.
Yeah, you get to see there every now and then, like 25% of the time, they'll talk to the realist and they'll say, I don't know, guys, but then most of it will be focused on the people who fully think there's a ghost in the room. Just fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were in Australia for 2 weeks. That's why we missed last week. We apologize. We actually planned on letting you guys know in the episode with Margaret, but we forgot to mention it.
Oh yeah, next time when we skip a week, we'll like try to let you guys know.
Yeah, Jacob, you were saying we should let people know because you were kind of getting canceled on Instagram. Like Jacob just posted a random photo and people were commenting or DMing you saying, girl, the pod, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you posting a photo like the pod? So we won't leave you guys hanging, or we'll try not to.
Yeah, because I almost got canceled.
Yeah, so Jacob was getting canceled for just because you were posting a selfie and people were like, how could you post a selfie when there wasn't a new pod? Like, that's so disrespectful to the bro community.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
also
sorry about that.
the Acne Studios designer jeans giveaway.
Okay, what's the update?
The winner has been selected for my designer Acne Studios jeans. We haven't sent them out. We have to send them out today. But if you haven't gotten a DM from Jacob Barai's official Instagram accounts, you lost the giveaway.
Yeah, and we just literally the comment with the most likes. It was like they went in depth. Like, honestly, they were full on Arthur.
I know. Everyone was replying, being like, I love this. There was one reply saying, girl, is this AI? They're saying that you just write an essay on AI, but I'm going to believe them that they created that, you know? That's what sucks about AI. Like, he went off and wrote a short story, but now we all just think it's ChatGPT.
Yeah, when I read it, it felt like it read to me like actual words that someone created, but that's the reason that AI exists, I guess, to create that. But I'm assuming it wasn't AI.
I mean, even if it was, it got the most likes, so it won. I mean, even if he did use AI, he used tools that are available to everyone, and he won the contest. You guys all voted for him. Maybe he bought the likes. I'm just kidding. We're just saying the person who won is a fraud. We're kidding. We believe you. You wrote the story. The likes were all genuine. He's the winner.
And later today, we're going to be sending $20,000 jeans in the mail to him.
I know. It's going to be crazy. Is that even allowed on UPS?
I don't know. We might have to send it in on Gucci Air.
I know. But yeah, I kind of wanted to just say if you didn't get DM'd by an official person, because I had this irrational fear. Like, what if somebody created a fake account that said Lucas and Jacob on Instagram and DM'd someone who commented and got their address and they get kidnapped? And it's because of us.
Yeah, that's
the
thing. Like when you said that, I was thinking like, I guess like obviously, but I actually feel like that is good to say that because there is a few thousand people that watch and listen. So like that could happen potentially. So might as well say it.
Wasn't there a thing on your videos for a while where like somebody was pretending to be you and saying, you want a free iPad?
I think that was on a bunch of people's videos, but yeah, they put your probably just these like algorithms doing it, but yeah, they put your profile photo. But it's funny how YouTube's really good at removing certain spam, but then like every video I upload, I still get spam. The first like minute is the spam from like these like fake OnlyFans models, and it's always like a picture of their underwear or something, and it's saying like, I love your videos, they truly are heartwarming to me. Like,
and it's a photo so enticing, so they're hoping people will click and then go to their OnlyFans?
Yeah, like I've checked. You go to the YouTube channel, and then I haven't clicked on the link because I don't want to get spammed, but yeah, it's some like probably porn website. But yeah, then they also comment other funny ones, like little jokes saying like, oh, do you want to know what my favorite type of date is? Watching movies and eating pizza. You know, like kind of relatable.
That's their comment on your video?
I swear I've got comments like that from these spam accounts, and I think they do stuff like that because like maybe there would be like someone watching my video that would be like, she's so relatable. Like I kind of want to see her naked, I guess.
And then they start the subscription to her OnlyFans, and she gets $100 out of them over the course of 6 months.
I wonder if those spam accounts have earned any money from doing spam just on my videos. Like that's what I'm trying to get down to, because I would just assume no.
They keep doing it like that. I remember sometimes you send me a screenshot of these things being like, LOL, look at this comment, but I don't really get those on my videos. So for whatever reason, your audience likes that stuff.
Well,
I'm assuming we have a similar audience, but like your channel they think that they could, like those people maybe click more.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about my audience, like, and obviously I don't actually know who my audience is, but I picture them not to click on it. But
I know neither.
I mean,
I feel like but then again, maybe some of them just want to subscribe to someone's OnlyFans, no hate.
Yeah, because when there is most likely it would be like a straight man that would subscribe, and it's funny, like sometimes you receive these comments on the podcast and on my your YouTube channel, but like it's like a straight guy saying like, yeah, like I actually like these videos, like it just kind of gives the vibe of like, yeah, I'm kind of like different. I like these people, even though like they aren't straight. Like it just kind of gets like, I get why they're commenting it, but it also does give this energy of like, we're so different.
Like,
and like I shouldn't like you, but
I'm
like
straight,
I do.
But I'm socially gay.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the straight guys listening. You're our favorite listeners. I'm just kidding.
No, we're gonna make that audience bigger because like those are the people that are gonna support us.
We just want only white straight male fans.
Those are the people that support us.
JK. But yeah, we were in Australia because that's where Matthew's from. We were visiting his family. Jacob came because we were filming some videos, also doing some business down under.
Yeah. It was the trip of a lifetime. And I actually filmed so many videos. So if you do watch my main channel, like for like the next 6 months, it just is gonna be in Australia.
I
Channel.
know, you might as well change your location to Australia on your YouTube channel because, yeah. I only filmed one video because I'm filming kind of like one big video and encapsulating the whole thing. Lucas and Jacob go down under.
Yeah, basically people will watch your video and be like, wait, I kind of know more about this. And then they'd go to my channel and be, wait, there's a 50-minute video about a 1-minute portion of this video? I guess maybe I'm interested.
Just look out for it, guys. But today is the first day where I actually feel normal after getting back. Because for some reason, going to Australia every time, because I've been there a handful of times, it's always easy going. Like I always get right on schedule right away, pretty much. Maybe there's one day of being tired, but coming back, I don't know if it's something about flying east versus flying west, but I always just am effed up for like 5 days.
That's what everyone says. Like, because I Googled it, and flying west is so easy. Then flying east, you actually get like jet lagged and stuff. And it's about like how you actually are losing time. So something like yours.
Yeah, it's just been so annoying. Like I would go to bed at 10, so tired, wake up at 1 a.m., stay up the rest of the day because I can't get back to bed. And that's to the point where I realized next time, like, I'm just going to get prescription meds. Like, why not? They're available. I'm sure I could con my primary doctor, just say I have anxiety, or I just tell her the truth. I have jet lag. Like, can you give me Xanax or something? Like, I'm not going to use it. Only on those days I'll use it. You know?
Yeah,
Think she would believe me?
I feel like you for sure could get a prescription of Xanax.
She would just trust me if I said I'm only going to use it on those days. I promise.
Well,
I won't sell it to the college kids.
Couldn't you just get like a full prescription of Xanax and then just only get 1 month and then just like stop getting it so then like you have?
Yeah, I feel like they might have gotten more.
I don't know how that works, to be honest.
To be honest, I think they got more hardcore with all that stuff recently. Because when I was 20, I did actually, for that exact reason, sleeping. I told my doctor, I was like, yeah, I have like anxiety, and they gave me Ativan, and then I was like, Ativan, that sounds like scary. And then I read like some celebrity overdosed on it, so I was like, it's kind of scary taking it, but this makes it seem like I had a pill problem. I only took it one time to go to sleep, and it didn't even help. So I was like, I'm not gonna do these. So I just sold them at the Beverly Center.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I just threw them away. Wait, for real? You actually believed I went through a drug dealing stage?
Oh no, this is what I thought the vibe was. I didn't think the vibe was, oh, I'm dealing drugs to make money. I thought the vibe was you actually just got the Beverly Center and. I thought it was. I actually believed it because I pictured it was a scenario where it wasn't even purposeful. Like
someone just approached
somehow,
me.
like one of your friends. It wasn't a random person. Said, "Well, you have that? Can I buy it for like 50, 100?"
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I thought. Like,
Honestly,
like that's something where I don't view that as like you're a drug deal. I just view it more as like, oh, like you thought might as well get $100. I'm not gonna have it. I don't want to throw it away.
that could have happened to me. Because remember one time I was walking to improv class around that time, and this person popped out of nowhere and said, "You got any meth?" and I was so scared and just ran away. But like, if I would have had the Ativan on me, like, I wonder if I would have thought, I don't have meth, but I have Ativan. Like, what's your price?
The only reason why I wouldn't do that is just because like.
What if they overdosed? I don't want to be responsible for this person dying.
That's a good point, but I was just gonna say a more selfish reason. Like, I just don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, that's true. What if it was an undercover cop?
Like, what if like you actually went to prison for a year?
Oh man, that would suck. And it's like, I promise, like, this is my first ever drug dealing.
I know
That would be so annoying, being in prison, being like, LOL.
And it was like I was just doing that kind of as a joke.
And the thing is, nobody would believe you. Even if you told mom and said, "Mom, I promise this is the first time I ever drug dealed, and that's why I'm going to prison," she'd be like, "Girl, like, just admit it. Obviously, this was a thing you've been doing for years."
Oh, for sure.
Like, I would not believe someone.
About that. Like, if you actually did go to jail for a year, prison, like no one, everyone would be like, "You sold drugs." Like, you probably always have been doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this jet lag thing. So going to Australia was like so easy. It was like, okay. But then coming back, like Lucas said, basically I slept for an hour because I actually was tired when I went to bed at like midnight or whatever. And then I wake up and I'm not tired. And I'm assuming the reason is because in Australia, it would only be like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So then your body's like, oh, you just took a nap. LOL, time to stay up. And then you can't really get back to bed. And like,
No.
oh my God.
I tried everything. I tried meditating. I tried counting my breath. I tried taking deep breaths. Nothing worked. So I just had to stay up and be mad the whole day. It's like you're basically just wasting days being mad all day.
Well, I kind of realized, like, I'm just gonna, even though I don't really think I got sleep, I'm gonna, like, act like I got sleep, and it kind of works, honestly.
Last night was the first night I actually got a full night of sleep. So I feel like I'm back. I'm back on the saddle.
Yeah, I feel like mine was more of like a casual thing. I was like, yes, I'm like, I would prefer to get 8 hours of sleep, but I'm kind of only getting like 5 hours, which I mean is still like kind of good, but it's just like it's slowly easing into the 8 hours, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, it would have been better if I didn't lay in bed for 5 hours from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. and be mad, tossing and turning. Like, I should, if that happens again, I'm just going to get up and start living my day. Like, there's no point of just being miserable, tossing and turning.
Tossing and turning, like, because that happened to me like the last night or something, and it just reminds me of like after summer break trying to go to bed early for the first day of school, and it's just
Why was that
feeling.
always so hard?
I know. I swear there was nights on like the first day of school where I would actually probably just stay up the whole night, and I wasn't staying up. I just was tossing and turning.
That was technically jet lag back then. Because remember, throughout the summer, it would get to the point where I would literally stay up till 5 a.m. and like sleep till noon because I just thought that was cool for some reason.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's such a thing. Like even adults do it, but like just thinking it's so fun, like pulling an all-nighter.
Okay, so switching from that to going to bed at 10, like that pretty much is jet lag.
Oh, it legit would be like traveling to another country.
You remember one time in high school, I thought it was so cool being like, I'm going to stay up the whole night. And then me and like a few of my friends from high school, we like snuck out of our houses and we're saying, we're going to break into the water park. But then we just drove to the water park and we were like, oh, like, let's not. Like we had the whole vibe was like, we're going to go on the water side. It's going to be so fun. Then we were too scared to break in. But like I remember just thinking it was so cool. Like the next day at school, we were telling everyone like, yeah, we stayed up all night and snuck out.
When was this? Like high school?
Like sophomore year. Like it's somebody thinking it's so cool to stay up the whole night. Whereas nowadays it's like if I stay up the whole night, I'm just pissed and mad.
Oh yeah, and I feel like you also would kind of think it's cool being in class, being like, I might fall asleep. I'm so tired.
Oh yeah, being like, oh, sorry, I'm so tired because like I snuck out and we broke into the water park and we stayed up all night.
This leads me to one of my biggest fantasies that I hope I get to experience once in my life. So, first of all, this aesthetic is so cool. And I don't even want to say it because I know the next biggest pop star is going to use it for their next music video.
Don't say it.
Should I not?
No, you should say it.
Okay. So, a water park. That's a mid-sized water park. During the winter with snow everywhere, doing a music video there.
Wait, has anyone done that yet?
That's actually so cool.
Because right when you said water park, I was like, oh, Beauty and a Beat music video.
But I'm picturing
But that was during the summer.
bowls and stuff. I'm picturing there's snow everywhere, and it kind of gives a slightly depressing vibe.
Yeah, and they're wearing this winter coat, going down a dry ass water slide, being in the wave pool. It's empty. The sky is so gray, no leaves on any trees, the parking lot empty.
And I'm picturing like even those like videos of like the pop star in a tube, but there's no water.
But the music I'm picturing for this, I'm not really picturing pop. I'm picturing more like Phoebe Bridgers.
I'm picturing more,
Kyoto.
I'm picturing more like Lola Young, like Messy.
Oh, okay,
that type
that's
of
a
vibe.
little
You know, it
bit,
kind of
yeah.
is like adjacent.
Yeah, I'm picturing maybe Gracie Abrams, like saying like, "Choo," like that would have been good for that music video. Honestly, Gracie Abrams, if you know someone who knows someone who knows someone who's on Gracie Abrams' team, feel free to send that idea.
Oh yeah, but like
Maybe
if,
like
if that did happen, like
can you do a special thanks to us?
oh yeah, like you don't even need to put it in the music video. But if for some reason this does happen, can you like at least DM us? And we won't even. I mean, I probably will say it on the podcast because I want to kind of flex. But can you just let us know like it was inspired by you
Just
guys?
so we
And
can
there's not
brag. We want no compensation. I just want to. I
And
like
also
how,
just
I
feel
love how
inspiring.
I'm now taking credit because you're the one who it was your idea, but I feel like I would still feel like I was getting clout.
I mean, you expanded on it.
Yeah, because I did say I actually thought of Gracie Abrams. So,
But okay, so that's my fantasy. First of all, the idea of a water park in a town that snows. That's like such a cool vibe. But then also, this is my actual fantasy. Being able to go to a water park when it's closed. Okay, not that. That's like type of shit where it's like, I'm Snoop Dogg's daughter. Like,
yeah,
no, this is what I'm
that's what
talking
I
about.
immediately thought of. I thought of that's a rich kid thing. Being like,
I'm
we rented out the water park.
When it's closed and you're in like, it probably would be a cold area because in the warm areas, they're always open, I'm assuming. And going on the water slides when they're dry. I know it probably would hurt so bad, but I would create an outfit where it doesn't give you like that burn. Picture going on a toilet bowl and on the bottom of the toilet bowl, there's a bunch of like foam. Okay, like,
'Cause I was gonna say,
can
if you
that
would-
happen sometime? I want to go on these water slides, these big ass water slides when they're dry, and I kind of even want to go on a straight down one to see what that's
What
like.
I was gonna say, if you went on the toilet bowl when it was dry, wouldn't you low-key go paralyzed? Because when you fall out of the toilet bowl, that's like a 12-foot drop.
I'm saying there's foam at the bottom though.
Oh, so you have to get little foam balls down
Okay,
there.
I know how we do this. It would be like the things at the county state fairs, those little bags. That would literally work. Those, you know, those little bags. I don't know what they're
potato
called.
sacks.
Potato sacks. Oh my gosh, I want to go on the tube slides, and this would probably be at danger, so I wouldn't do it. But I would love to go on the straight down slides.
I know, that
want to
would
go on the
be
little
fun.
swirly slides. I don't even like. There's no water parks that I know of that are open during the winter that do that, and it's probably because it's unsafe, like Lucas was saying. But I just want to do that sometime. So, does anyone watching that owns a water park? Like, this is like the next thing that I want from you guys. Like, can we like go?
No, oh my God, yeah. Didn't someone DM you saying, my dad is the mayor of Des Moines and they're opening up a new water park if you and Lucas want to go for free?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a joke or what, but
Oh my God, if that
it said
girl's listening,
something along those
If that
lines.
girl's listening, that's our connection. Her dad is the mayor. And then again, I don't know if it was the mayor, so I don't want to call anyone out. Be able to track her down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it was like her uncle was the mayor or something, or her something where they had connection. So if anyone can do it, it would be her. Oh, we love you, girl. But oh my God, speaking of water slides, I just thought of how it's kind of sad in a way how water slide innovation could be going down. Because I remember I watched this video like 4 months ago about this water slide in the Midwest where someone died, unfortunately.
Are you talking about the one in Kansas City, Slittle Bomb?
And it was the world's largest, tallest water slide. It was so big, but the video kind of went into how the creators of it, like they didn't do all the proper safety precautions and stuff. But I wonder if things like that make it so now nobody wants to have the largest water slide because of the potential of something bad happening. But maybe there's a way to test it where it's safe.
Yeah, I feel like there definitely is truth to like when someone does die in a ride, and if it's like an extreme ride like that, I feel like it does like stop innovation for a little bit at least because like
Everyone just gets scared, obviously.
yeah, and like lawsuits and just there's so just like the whole just like killing someone. Like that's
Oh, because that just made me think of also the theme park we went into in Australia. We won't get into it too much because Jacob has a video about it coming up. But didn't something like that happen where somebody died and then they shut down like rides that weren't even related to the ride where people died on? They just were kind of scared of all of their rides.
yeah, like other like crazy rides that they had.
So can people just stop dying on the rides?
Oh, yeah, I guess I don't really know what the solution is.
Yeah,
but
because I get it. Like if I died on a ride, I'd be like, my family better make them shut this all down. Like I'd be possessed. If I had died on the side, I would possess the people who made it for sure.
I feel like that's what's crazy though, is that maybe possessions are real, but that just proves that that's not how it works though, because all these people would be getting possessed. Like for example, like basically every like world leader would be possessed because
That's
they've
true.
done something that's been horrible to at least one other person.
Yeah, that actually is good. That's a good thing to think about if you're scared of possession. Because why wouldn't they possess? Yeah, every president, every world leader.
Because
Just
they have all
because
done stuff that's bad.
maybe they are possessed.
That's true. We just don't know.
Bethany Frankel, get on it.
So I did with the water slide thing. I did see this thing on like Reddit a few months ago. I stumbled upon it in some country. I don't know what it was, but some random country. It's just random because I don't live there, I guess.
Oh yeah, such a random country.
So they created a water slide, and this actually is so scary. A water slide that actually was a water slide. So it was a
What do you
tube slide
mean?
where the whole thing was filled with water. I
Wait,
think I showed
the whole
you this.
entire time you're drowning?
So basically, just picture a tube slide, but when you actually are swimming through it.
Wait, so you're not even? Is there like a big Is there like water propelling you down? Like, are you just
I'm
having?
assuming, but
Because if it's just swimming, that's not even fun. Like, I want to be pushed.
You're right. It probably is I didn't look that much into it. But it probably is like a propelling thing. But that idea, like that's what
Yeah.
everyone on Reddit was saying. Like the idea of that existing. I'm assuming it's not a thing anymore. Maybe it is. That idea sounds so scary.
I honestly
to me.
don't think I could do that.
Going on it, like even if I looked at it from the outside and it's like okay, like it's not scary, like it's not that big. I would still be too scared to go on it.
I know, like that just gives me such claustrophobic energy.
But it does sound so interesting. Like I've never gone on a water slide like that.
If it was only even if it was only 10 seconds, I'd be like, what if it malfunctions and I'm stuck in the middle of the tube full of water. Like that is a death
Oh,
trap.
what if people got stuck?
Oh, like multiple people clogged it?
And then you have to like punch them because it's like, I don't want to die.
Oh my gosh.
But talking about like deaths like causing less innovation, I thought about this randomly, and it's probably because we were at a theme park. But I thought about when we were at this Margaritaville water park in Orlando. We went on this water slide that I've never seen before. Like this type of water slide where you go down and then it's kind of turns into a roller coaster vibe because it pushes you up again. And I was kind of thinking like,
Oh yeah.
it sounds deathly, but as far as I know, no one has died in it, and like it's a safe water park. But I just can't believe it. Just feels so scary. Like going on that, I don't know if I'd be brave enough to go on that water slide anymore.
We went on it a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, do you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, I remember that. Where yeah, it is like a roller coaster where it pushes you up hills and stuff.
Even after it, we both were like, that was like actually fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, because if it didn't push you up, you're just stuck there. But then they'd have like an emergency exit, hopefully.
Yeah.
But they haven't thought of that though. They're just like, oh whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Pee break.
That was so relieving. Oh my gosh.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
But being in Australia, it made me think about how cool it was that we didn't have to tip there. I love, like, tips are welcome if they go above and beyond, but they're not expected. Like, sometimes they would give you the little electric thing to pay, and it would have a tip option, and they would immediately click no tip. And I was like, thank you for not even, like, they were just like, oh, obviously you're not going to tip me. Because, like, the vibe of, but I also realized that there's a difference in the service. Like, when you go to Texas Roadhouse in America, like, the waiter will come over, they'll pretend to be your friend, and they'll be like, oh, let's start some inside jokes. We all love each other. But going to other countries where they don't accept tips, it made me realize these American waiters are all just fake. Every time you go into an Applebee's, they're fake. They're fake. It's fake love. It's fake friends. And it's all just because they want your money, is what I found out. Because in Australia, they don't even pretend. Like, they'll just say, what do you want? Like, it's not, oh my God, hi, love your hair. Whoa, let's all kiki. It's just, what do you want? Here's your food. Okay, pay.
Some people say that the Baby Rexha song FFF is about waiters in America.
Oh, isn't that fuck fake friends?
Fuck fake friends, we don't need them. They are good for... I actually, when I was in high school, I actually like loved that EP. I got you like atmosphere.
I gotta go.
She had another one. What was the one with G-Eazy? Was that FFF?
I think that was, I think.
Oh, and then he comes in like saying like, yeah, I'm famous, so I got a bunch of fake friends. Okay, yeah, but with your whole thing, it actually is true. Like, you notice that it just is like, okay, what do you want? But here's the thing: is that maybe I've said this, but I love that vibe way more.
I know,
if I'm
it's
being
like
honest.
it's like, because why would we pretend we're friends? It's like they're doing their job, which is, what do you want? I'll get it for you, and then, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do a whole stand-up routine for you. It's like, I'm just getting you your food. Like, I kind of love how they're just actually being authentic.
And you already said this, I think, but there's so like sometimes most of the vibes is like you just order on a scan thing.
Oh yeah, a lot of the restaurants even go a step further where you just scan a QR code, order, they just bring the food. Like, there's not any sort of like introduction or
But
anything.
the most effed up thing, which I think I mentioned to you guys in Australia, is like places like Olive Garden and some of the other places, they do have little iPads at the table. You can order and you don't talk to anyone. But then it's like, but then you guys still want to tip.
And then they still want to tip.
But that's I mean, but then you have to tip though, because they don't get paid minimum wage in
it's
America.
like, can we just
so then
start
it's
paying them?
Yeah, and then so the another thing is that when you get a Diet Coke, I guess they don't have Diet Coke though, Coca-Cola Zero.
Yeah, they don't have Diet Coke there because I think there's some chemical in it or something that they don't allow.
Yeah, I was actually I actually put that in my notes. So that's one of the few things, like the only thing actually, that I noticed a difference because you pointed out, and then I was like, there is a difference. So when we came back to the U.S., I tasted a Diet Coke, and it actually tasted weird. I don't know what ingredient it is, but it tasted a little bit like mouthwash.
No, well, yeah, when I tried the American Diet Coke, it tasted like metallic. And as you guys know, I'm a Diet Coke boy, but I know it, and I'm already used to it. Like, I've had enough Diet Coke since I got back that I'm just used to it. But the first Diet Coke with whatever chemical that isn't allowed in Australia, I was like, this is weird.
I know, it tasted like bad, but obviously I'm still going to keep drinking it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But at the restaurant, when you get a Diet Coke,
In Australia.
yeah, It's so funny. I just keep wanting to sing songs because then I just wanted to sing. Nowadays I only eat at the restaurants, but honestly, I'm always thinking about my weight.
That's your truth.
It's honestly not even true for me, but so basically, you get a Diet Coke. And then you have to order another one.
They don't
and
do
it costs extra.
Yeah, the only place where they did free refills was Outback Steakhouse. And we only went there for a video. We went to Australia and went to Outback Steakhouse.
And that was honestly one of the worst meals we had there.
I know.
But the whole thing with the Diet Coke thing is that the reason why it doesn't matter, I was pissed about it at first, because you have to pay extra for a second one. Then I realized it evens out.
Because you aren't tipping.
Yeah, so when you're in the US, you tip, and then you are technically paying extra for free diet, like free refills. But then it turns out the quote that people always say, nothing is free.
Nothing is free.
I know. Remember that next time you get a free refill.
I know, literally. But speaking of tips, it is so funny. Like, I've always thought it's funny tipping a bartender for grabbing me a beer. Like,
Okay,
I know you're supposed to. I always do, but it's like, this just is comical. Like, they grab a beer and then maybe sometimes they'll open up it for me, which I don't like that because it's like I want to open it up myself because like I have some like kind of a clean freak. Like I don't want like someone's hand on where my mouth's gonna go.
Yeah.
But like the most they'll do is crack it open for you, and then it's like I have to pay you $5. Like,
I feel like, and then like another example of like, it is funny that we do tip for this because it sounds so dumb. So you know how some of these bars and stuff, they have stuff on tap. So like you could get like a tequila spritz on tap. They literally just get a cup, push down for 5 seconds and give it to you. And then it says tip 20%. It's like, this is so dumb if we're being completely honest.
I know. I would love it if I was a bartender and people ordered beer though.
Oh,
So I'd be like,
because
yeah, it's so easy. Because like when they make those mixed drinks, it actually can take like half a minute.
oh, that I actually get.
I know they're shaking things.
Some of these places, if you go to like more of an actual mixed drink place, it seems like the people making it, they take like literally 5 minutes for each
I
drink.
know. That's
And
why I'm
it's
like, I just want to get a beer.
Is it actually taking 5 minutes, or are you guys making it slow to seem like you're doing something?
I know.
I
I
just
they
don't
put all
know.
these weird herbs in it and stuff.
And it makes you sick drinking it. But the Diet Coke, I didn't really notice anything else tasted different. Tastes different.
I mean, I feel like I'm Matthew and like just other people. They always say in other countries the portions are way smaller, but we kind of debunked that in Australia because maybe just the places we ate, but it was like this is a lot of food. But then we realized like it was just American portions. But then we realized that one of the places we're pretty sure we all ordered our own thing, but it was like a place we were supposed to share.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was funny because we went to this beach place and we all got fish and chips that was like $30 or something each. But like there's a US money is worth more in
Like,
Australia. So we were like, oh, it's actually only $20. But then we all got it and it was so giant. And then it was funny because everyone else at the restaurant, we looked around, everyone was sharing stuff. And then one person actually at another table, I heard them say, they were ordering food and they said, so are you meant to share this stuff? Like, and I was like, they were directly shading us.
Oh my gosh,
Being like,
yeah.
be like, they were like, I just want to clarify, like, just to be clear, like, you're supposed to share, right? Because they're like, we saw those like Americans and they were like, all got their own, but like, that's not normal, right?
I know. I just wish there was a song to play at that moment about being a fat American.
I know, like, everyone was just looking at us like, ew. And they're like, ew, the stereotype's real about Americans.
You guys
like,
are smelly.
and I said, they smell, they're so loud, and now they all are getting their own food and we're all sharing. They're so gross.
That was like honestly such a funny thing. But so what do you prefer then? Like at the end of the day, like these waiters that like act like they're your friend, or like
I prefer just no contact service. Sort of like Australia. If you order through a QR code, they bring you the food and that's it. That kind of seems like that's how everything's going. Self-checkouts. Now when you go to like a fast food place, you just order through a screen. I know that's not good because like humans should be employed, but if I'm going to be honest, I prefer like working with a robot.
yeah, my dream would be is like maybe they're obviously I guess they're gonna have to increase the prices, but I kind of wish they just deleted tipping from everything.
I know, and just pay these people more.
Yeah, like so even like when you get when you're at like a hotel like and you ask for something to be sent to your room, like it'd be cool if they just paid everyone the amount so you don't have to tip for anything.
Oh,
But then
yeah,
the people that do get tipped, it would actually suck for them because they would honestly make way more money if there was tips.
Oh, that's the
actually
thing,
a good
yeah.
point. Is like if I was like working at one of these fancy restaurants and people were saying we might eliminate tipping, I'd actually be mad because I'd be like, I make
But
like so much money from tips.
if you work at a fancy restaurant, you would still get tipped, right? Because that's how it is in Australia and England. Like, you still tip if it's like a really, like, if you go to a fancy restaurant and the whole vibe is, oh, I'm gonna like be such a good waiter and go so over the top. I think you tip in that. You only tip if it's like crazy service.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why most of the time it's like bare bones.
Oh, so
service.
so if that happened, yeah, it still would be like at a really upscale place. You probably would tip because it'd be like, oh my god.
Then I picture most people wouldn't because they'd be so used to not tipping. So I actually
Yeah.
wonder what does happen for Australians and English people and just like
Whatever countries.
basically every country besides America.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure.
But for the non-tipping countries, let us know, like, do you ever tip? Like, is it the vibe of, like I said, only if it's above and beyond? Or even if someone does go above and beyond, do you just not tip because you're so used to not tipping?
Yeah, I would like to know too. I think the most ridiculous things are like when I forgot what it was. What was it? I forgot what it was, but like since everyone has like those square things where you pay for stuff, like they always say tip. But then
Oh,
like
yeah.
sometimes like it's actually a service where you never would tip, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't have an example, but I did have an example. Like
Well, for me, what I noticed with that is like a coffee shop. Like, I know there's always been a little tip jar at a coffee shop. If you paid with cash, it's like, oh, like I'll put a little bit of change in the tip jar. I've probably never done that, but like some people do. But because I never pay with cash. But yeah. What I'm saying is once they started paying with credit card and they had the tip thing at coffee shops, I was a little bit surprised because I was like, oh, I didn't know this was like a thing where you tip. But now I guess it
yeah.
obviously is. And maybe it always was a thing where you tip and I've just been an asshole this whole time.
that's when I went on my like what is it called? Like spam Instagram account and did a rant.
Oh, I just yelled.
I know. Yeah.
Screamed. But one sad thing about Australia is I saw a lot of so obviously we all know in these other countries they don't say French fries, they say chips for fish and chips, and it's so fun, LOL. But we noticed on a lot of these Australian menus it started saying fries. So I was just getting scared, like they better not be dropping that. But then I actually asked Matthew's mom and she was like, oh no, there's actually a difference between chips and fries.
Which like because we actually like this was like a topic of conversation and like we actually like predicted and then like we were guessing and then yeah we guessed right.
Yeah, so I guess chips are like the thick French fries you have with fish and chips. But then fries would be like McDonald's fries. Like if they're shoestring fries, they call them fries. But for some reason, I thought even those would have been chips in these other countries.
So then it leads me to believe of French fries, so the thin ones like at McDonald's and shit. Are those like kind of a thing that actually were invented by these fast food places and that's why they're considered French fries because like they're called French fries at the KFC or whatever?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Chips.
Yeah, it was so annoying saying chips. It made me get a headache.
It was just so hard being a minority in that country because we just spoke and everyone knew we were American. And I don't know how to do an Australian accent, so I couldn't even pretend to fit in. So wherever we went, we were the odd girl out.
How do you know so many people are gonna comment? You guys have a slight one because
Oh,
you
yeah.
kind of caught it.
I actually couldn't even catch it if I wanted to. Like, I wish I could do an Australian accent, but it's just too hard.
Didn't you say like when you went to like London or something? Like you said, yeah, I got one for like a week.
Oh, that's when I just delusionally think I could do a British accent. So if I was around a bunch of British people, I know I would start doing it just to fit in. Because I think it's so cool doing it too, you know? Like Britney
Yeah.
Spears and Scream and Shout.
She does that.
Remember that song? When you hear us in the club, all eyes on us.
Okay, I
All
probably
eyes
have
on
heard that,
us.
but I never really thought about it. But yeah, that's true.
When we up in the club. Yeah, so that one's kind of easier to do. So I feel like I would start doing it if I was around British people. But I don't know how to do an Australian one.
Yeah, I mean they're so
Nar.
similar, but also like different.
I don't even know if they actually say nar.
I feel like it's one of those things where like it's like maybe certain parts of the country or continent do
Yeah.
like strong accents.
I might.
I did write down there was 2 times we were yelled at.
Oh my God. Elaborate.
Yeah. Okay, so the first time we were yelled at, we were by the river in Melbourne, and we wanted to go to this place, and we weren't allowed in, and we got yelled at.
Oh my God.
By the way, I'm exaggerating. We didn't actually get yelled at.
We got rejected at an Australian club.
Yeah.
We wanted to go out, check out the local gay club, Poof Doof. It's supposed to sound like a beat of a club song. Poof Doof, Poof Doof.
That's actually so cool that we've been to both them now.
Oh, you went to Poof Doof in Sydney and Melbourne.
So what is like, that's crazy.
We're Poof Doofers. The Aussie gays get it.
I don't know if this guy was on drugs or what, but when I went to the bathroom at Poof Doof, so I was using a stall because I don't like peeing in the troughs.
In the troughs?
Isn't that what they're called?
That sounded like a kind of Australian.
Oh, did I say it with an Australian accent?
Notice the word troughed, like for to say a urinal.
Well, troughs are when they're all connected.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think so. But I was washing my hands and they said, "Are you done with this doll?" And I said, "Yeah." And then he looked at me and said, "Your eyes are so big." And it gave the vibe of like, it was just so funny because I feel like he was for showing jokes. To give the vibe of when he looked at me, I actually looked like an alien. It was
Your
just
eyes
so
are like
funny.
bulging, they're growing.
I just loved it. And then two people went in the stall. I don't know if they were doing like having sex in there or what, but
It was more
fun.
like a Charlie XCX brat
Maybe
moment.
like more of a Coke moment, probably.
But yeah, so we went to this bar before that by the river in Melbourne. And I walked in and usually I feel like I wouldn't get ID'd there. I'm literally 31 and the drinking age is 18. So I walked in and didn't even take out my ID and I was like, "Oh, can we go in?" And then I didn't know since there was a bouncer if he was going to make everyone get ID'd or whatever. But he said, "You can come in." But then he said, "Actually, your friends can't come in." And it was Jacob and Matthew. But then he said, "Yeah, your friends are wasted. They can't come in." We were actually all sober. We hadn't even drank.
So I didn't really hear this, but then I showed my ID, and then he elaborated. I
He
guess
said, "You
and
guys
said,
have
like,
had too much to drink."
And then I actually thought he was serious at first, and I looked at all of us, and I was like, "Wait, we both are out talking normal." And we, like Lucas said, we didn't have anything to drink.
Yeah, and we actually were just acting normal. Yeah, and I told him, I'm like, we literally just drove, like, because we drove back to our hotel. I'm like, we're sober. Like, he was like, "Oh, really? You're sober?" And he said, "I've already had to like make people leave for drinking too much, so you guys can't come in." But then we realized, like, I think he just didn't want us to come in, and that was the excuse. Like, maybe they aren't allowed to say, like, you guys just aren't like the vibe.
Yeah, so probably for like 10 seconds, I got gaslit into being like, "Oh, so we always just seem drunk?" I didn't know that. But yeah, then I came to my senses and I realized, like, so it was either he just didn't want us to go in, or maybe it could have been a thing where, like, it was like more of like an actual, like, straight club thing and they want more like women and not men in, which could be the case.
Yeah, the thing is walking past it was all guys in there, but they were all in suits. So maybe we were in regular clothes. Maybe they were just, it could be so many things. It could be we just didn't fit the vibe. We weren't fancy enough. It could be, maybe he just wanted to do a little power trip and was like, "This place is already packed. Like, I don't want these like gross Americans coming in." Maybe he actually thought we were drunk. We'll never know. But that reminds me of the movie Knocked Up, the Judd Apatow movie where Leslie Mann, she's like trying to get into a club and she's like, "Bitch, I let me in. I'm in my mid-30s, but I can still club." Like, that was literally me. Like, I was denied.
Oh yeah, I think I joked to you after saying it'd be funny if after that I just went to the hotel and said, like, "Yeah, I'm too old to go out now because I'm 23."
Oh, because you're 23 and the drinking age there is 18. So it's like, yeah, we're all just too old, I guess.
Yeah, 5 years too late.
Well, so then we never went out again.
Yeah, and then basically we went back to the hotel room and had a few Lamingtons and went to bed.
And we were all crying saying, "We're all just ugly."
I'm not 20 anymore.
We all decided, I guess we have to start weight loss plans,
Yeah.
skincare routines.
I was watching all of these beauty videos while eating Lamingtons, comparing myself to these big booty models.
No, but I still am confused because looking into the bar, like I said, it was just a bunch of guys in there in suits and they weren't like 18. It was the people who were like 25 up.
Yeah, we didn't.
Like, it seemed like more of like there was even 40-year-olds there. It was like, oh, like business people.
We didn't experience this the whole time, but people say that's like sometimes a thing in these other places. But maybe that was the one experience where we did experience, like, some people just like think Americans are annoying.
Yeah, maybe
It could just be
was.
like they heard our voice and were like, "These people are Americans and annoying."
Yeah, maybe it was like the day of the inauguration and they were like, "We just don't fuck with you guys."
Yeah.
We don't want like your vibes in here.
Yeah, they probably did.
I
And
guess
then
I get it.
the other time we got yelled at was not in Australia. So this one was an iconic thing. Actually, like, this one wasn't even a big deal, but I want to make it a big deal. So we were actually flying back to Nebraska. And then we went in the wrong line. We were trying to go to the TSA pre-line, but we went in the Claire line. Claire is like, you pay $99 a year and like you get even faster access to TSA.
I know. So we're TSA pre-checked because we fly a lot. And we were like, oh, we're ahead of everyone. We get to skip the line. Turns out, like Jacob said, there's a whole other tier above TSA pre-check called Clear. So we still have to wait in line because everyone has Clear now.
But before we get into the fight that occurred, we always joke about when are they going to create a new thing better than Clear? Because but look, okay, the day we went to the airport, it wasn't even busy, but there is going to be a day where people are in that Clear line for 5 minutes and they think, this is too long. And then there's going to be like Claire Ultra that's like
I know.
$300 a year. And then they get immediate access. And then when that gets too busy, there's going to be Claire VIP. Like it just proves that the hierarchy is going to continue.
I mean, to be honest, the fact that they even made one above TSA pre-check is so stupid. Like why? What? Like fact that they're already down that, they're going down that timeline. There is going to be a Clear VIP Ultra. Like they're just going to keep going.
So we accidentally went in the Claire line.
We have not slept. We just got off a 16-hour flight. Just our minds were a wreck.
Yeah, and then like we showed them our tickets or something, and then they said, then this is when the fight started. So the person said, "Are you guys even?" I forgot what she said, but basically she said like, "Are you guys even clear?" And then we said, "No, we don't think so." He said, "Okay, well if you're not," she just said it in like such like it felt like a Charlie XCX character, which I actually thought was so iconic. She said, okay, so if you're not clear, go in that line. And then she just made it sound so funny.
Oh, yeah,
I don't even know how to imitate it. But
yeah, and I was so tired at this moment. So like I said, we just got off this big flight. But it's funny thinking back to it. It's so funny. Like I actually did give brain dead energy because I walked into this line that said TSA pre-check. But then I saw there was a Clear machine. And she literally took my boarding pass and scanned it into the Clear thing. And then it was funny because then this camera popped up and she said, okay, look at the camera. And then I remember I was thinking, I'm like, I'm not clear though. But I was just going with it because I was like, maybe it'll work. And then she was like, you're not even clear? Go on the other line. But I feel like we aren't expressing it. You had to feel her energy. Like I wasn't even embarrassed or mad or anything because I just could tell intuitively that like she wanted to fully have a bad bitch moment, try to tear someone down through just a few sentences. And we were the victims. And I actually just was like, I get it. Like, yell at me, scream at me.
yeah, because the thing about it is that, like, obviously it is annoying what we did. Like, we went in this line because we were all brain dead tired. And she did, like, let's say she did put a minute into it, you know? And we didn't pay for
Probably
Claire.
more like 25 seconds.
Yeah, but it was just funny the reaction she gave for that little inconvenience. And there was no one in line either for Claire.
The airport was literally dead. Like we're the first interaction she had in like half an hour probably. And she was like, the fact that I had to lift your boarding pass and scan it into this Clear machine, like that was enough to set her off.
And then I knew it was so iconic because then we went to the TSA free line. There was two people walking, and then the other person that wasn't the fight person said, "Have a good day." And I could just tell from the vibe she was giving. She was actually giving the vibe of guys like she always does that. Like, it's kind of what happens. It was so funny.
But it's so, yeah. And when I was thinking about that, I was wondering about that worker who got so mad at us. Like, I wonder if when she first started working TSA, she was like, okay, I'm going to be nice to people. Like, this is my new job. And then she saw one of her coworkers go off on someone and she was like, wait, that looked kind of fun. And she's like, maybe I'll try it. And then like she built up her courage each time she goes a little bit more mad. And then maybe us, we were the first people like she fully unleashed on.
Oh, yeah. And she probably honestly thought in her mind, like, it's not even mean being mean to them because I was brain dead.
And then she's like,
because we actually probably did give brain dead energy.
And she's like,
day.
then they are in the wrong, you know?
Yeah. And also, like, I know TSA people get a bad rap for being mean and stuff, but I actually think we're entering a new era where, like, the TSA people are kind of nice nowadays. Because I'm thinking about when we did go in, like, They kind of had nice vibes this time, but then you.
But something sketchy happened too.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this, but
Yeah, we were in line. The TSA was just weird. Like it was taking like forever for people to like put their bags through the machine. And then this guy barged through everyone and like skipped the line and just went straight towards the metal detector and like shoved his bag in front of everyone else's. And the workers just didn't say anything. I remember people were looking around the line being like, huh? And then I was like, But like everyone was just acting like it was normal. So I was like, I guess this is just normal.
yeah, when you told me about that, I was like, oh, like, yeah, I hope like he isn't on our plane because like that's
I know
kinda
it gave like scary vibes. Like he was like trying to barge in. But then it was like, I guess if you were planning to do something scary, like why would you go about it that way? Like bringing so much attention to yourself.
yeah,
But I was just so surprised that TSA people just didn't say anything. So I was like, something was up. Like maybe he'd already gone through and had to wait in line or something. Or I could also see the TSA people were like, we don't care. Like, what am I going to do? Tell them to come back? They're like, I don't care. Like, I just want to go on my lunch break.
yeah, it's like there's 10 of us. Like they can't say like if none of us acknowledge it, like we can't all get in trouble.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it was something. So honestly, I probably already said this on the podcast because people always comment that I talk about this so much, but I don't realize it. But you don't realize the things that you talk about the most, I guess. But when you travel, like your bowel movement schedule goes off, or your poop schedule like gets disrupted.
People say you talk about that a lot.
Don't people always comment? Like Jacob always talks about poop.
Oh, I thought you meant specifically with travel.
Oh no, I feel like people said I've seen comments.
Oh, so you've just been constipated lately?
No, when we were traveling.
Oh, yeah, that is the worst.
So you experienced
Luckily,
this?
that didn't happen this time, but I did just feel sick for the first few days we got to Australia. Like something was going on with my stomach where like even on the plane there, like you could order drinks on the plane and like I did order some, but I was just grossed out by alcohol. Like everything just grossed me out. Like I was having low-key like a pregnancy stomach. But no constipation.
So, okay, so I feel like this is like I didn't really know that this is a common thing, but it's literally like they have like a term for it, like traveler's constipation.
Oh my God. I
Even though for
believe it.
me, I don't really consider it constipation. Like this is probably like worse scenarios than me. But yeah, like there's so much about it. I didn't know it was this common. Did you? Like,
Oh no. I mean, I guess I
having
have
your whole digestive system kind of ruined for like the few days or week,
Yeah.
or,
I mean, I feel like I have
weeks.
heard people being like, I cannot, like I can't go if I'm on vacation. Which makes sense because your whole diet's different. Probably not eating is healthy.
Yeah. So basically, what you said is because I actually wanted to know why. Because I was like, I don't really understand it. Because like you're still eating. But yeah, the different meals, that's like totally makes sense. Because
Yeah.
if you're used to eating more fiber or less fiber or whatever. And then I guess this is a big one. Like, okay, so I know that being on these flights and even driving sometimes because you don't want to pee all the time gets you so dehydrated. And I guess that's such a big thing. Like being so dehydrated makes you get traveler's constipation.
Oh my God. So advice for the bros, make sure to be hydrated on your trips.
But it's just crazy. I feel like on a plane, especially how far it is to get to Australia, like 16 hours, no matter how much water I drink, I feel like my skin would still be so dry. And then if my skin is so dry, I'm assuming I'm just dehydrated, maybe.
Oh yeah, I literally have acne. Like actual zits between my eyes, on my cheeks. And like, I feel like that never happens, but just these long plane rides. Australia gave me acne.
Oh, and then you obviously aren't gonna wash your face, you know?
Oh, on the plane?
Yeah, 'cause it's like
Oh yeah, it also kind of grosses me out like in a plane bathroom, washing your face.
yeah. I mean, I guess I could, but
Just too much work.
yeah, it's what's the point?
But I actually utilized like the little facial moisturizers and stuff they give you on the plane. Like one of them was hand cream and I just rubbed it all over my face. So I was like, I cannot be dry. Maybe that's why I have acne now actually for putting hand cream on my face.
I'm guessing the flight attendants actually do drink so much water and probably use the craziest moisturizers because I never have noticed, maybe I don't pay attention enough, a flight attendant having such dry skin. Like these flight attendants, like they all just seem like well cupped. They don't seem like they're so dry. I picture myself to be so dry if I was doing that like multiple times a week.
No, I can't believe. Thank God there's people who want to do that, because we actually talked to the flight attendant on one of our flights, and she was like, "Yeah, I love like going on these long flights from Australia to LA all the time." She was saying how the flights were shut down during COVID, and she was like, "I'm so happy they're back. I just love it." She said she tried to have another job during COVID, and she was like, "I just hate this. Like, I have to be a flight attendant on these long flights." But like, to me, it sounds horrible always having your sleep schedule effed up. But she was like, she just is made for that life. There's some people made for it.
Yeah. And then, so the what? Okay, so this is another one, I guess, like no physical activities, like when you're sitting for prolonged periods.
That
I guess
can
that
cause travelers
ruins it.
constipation.
Like stress or anxiety, but for me, I don't really feel like that's a factor. But then I guess like time zones and stuff also affect it.
So just your whole body's just messed up. Your circadian rhythm's off, diet's different, not getting enough sleep, no exercise.
Yeah, but I feel like
But I guess we did get so much exercise in Australia.
that's why maybe it like only because I feel like for some people it actually could last like a week, but thankfully for me it kind of like only lasts a few days.
Oh, yeah, that would be horrible if like the whole trip.
Yeah, but I saw like a Reddit post, what causes travel constipation, and like it has like 700 upvotes. Like this is like actually a common thing.
Oh, yeah, no, I feel like I've even seen TikToks about that being like, okay, how does this happen? I'm like day 5 on vacation and I still haven't gone to the bathroom. Like, where is the food going? So it's just a common, I get it.
But then people are saying like, which I actually feel like this might be the number one reason for me at least, is that you only want to go to the bathroom in places you're familiar with. So it kind of goes into this whole thing that people joke about. Why, when you're getting close to your house, you need to go to the bathroom more? So I feel like that's for sure part of it for me, is that even if I'm so comfortable in a hotel room, it's not the same as being in a humble abode, my home.
I know, that is funny. Like, under
So I
even
feel like
if
it's definitely like a psychological thing. Someone actually commented this, but
Yeah.
a psychological thing turning into a physiological thing.
Oh, it just all connects. But that makes me think, like, I wonder if in the caveman days, they even had like a favorite tree. And like if they would travel to other trees, like they just had to go to their specific tree to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, or maybe it was a thing like I can only do it at apple trees. Maybe probably not apple trees because they
yeah.
eat the apples, but like an oak tree.
Even
or
they
something.
probably had that.
Yeah. So I feel like that's definitely a big reason. And then someone also said that their butthole has a GPS, which kind of has to go into what I'm talking about.
Wait, oh, so when they go back to their house, they have to go?
But isn't that whether it technically does have a GPS?
Oh, that is weird, because like
Because
you
it
said, if
goes
you're
into-
driving towards your house, you could start having to go more than... That's even with pee, though. Like, have you ever been holding your pee, and then the second you know that you're going to be close to a toilet, it's like, I wish I didn't know because it hurts. Like, it starts... Your body just starts being like, okay, it's about to happen. We're so excited. So it starts loosening up
Oh,
the
I
pee
like...
glands.
It's for sure a thing where all this stuff is kind of just like in your mind and it's kind of fake, because there's been times like on a road trip or if there's just no bathroom where I actually have to go pee, but I just stop thinking about it. And legit
Yeah.
probably for maybe not hours on a time, but let's just say an hour and a half, I actually have to go pee and I just handle it. But then when you do need to go, when you need to go pee and like you're in a mall, let's say, and you know there's bathrooms everywhere, it hits harder because you know like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna go pee right now. Like I don't need to hold it. But then it kind of just proves that it's all just fake because you just are changing from where your basically your penis, vagina, butt has a GPS and they know.
Your butt has a GPS. I've actually thought before, like, I want to strengthen my bladder muscles, because I was like, I'm going pee too much. Like, this is just annoying. But I remember there was a period of time where I was like, I'm going to strengthen it. Like, I'll hold it so long, but I think that can actually cause bladder infections.
So we need to create an app where like it's the perfect amount of strengthening where it doesn't cause a bladder infection.
Oh, yeah. Because I've actually thought before, like, because I remember in my early 20s, I started drinking so much water because that was the whole era of people saying, it clears your skin. You just drink water. That's all you need. But then I realized, like, maybe I don't need 4 liters of water a day. And maybe it's taking up my whole day having to go pee and slowly ruining my life because I never can focus on anything because I'm always having to go pee. So it's kind of like I've actually cut down my water intake because I'm like, this is all fake. It's all fake. You don't need water.
Oh,
Our mom just drinks pop and she's thriving.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like I obviously drink probably, I don't know, maybe more than average water still, but I'm not like so crazy with it. It's more just like, oh, I'm just drinking water. It doesn't even be a thing where it's like, okay, 5 gallons a day. Oh my gosh.
Like I fill up my Yeti like 2 to 3 times. So I'm still getting hydrated, guys. So don't worry about me.
Okay, because I was kind of worried.
Don't worry about me, guys. I'm still being hydrated. But do you actually believe water clears acne?
Oh yeah, I feel like it's just like with everything, like it does maybe like minimal, maybe it's maximal. I don't even know if that's a word.
Oh yeah, I wonder.
I feel like it does do something, but like it for sure kind of goes into like when you watch these videos, like all of these things combined maybe do something. Like
That's true.
because I mean, if you didn't drink water, like and just drink only, let's just say like almond milk, like maybe there'd be a difference. Like I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I
I
have
could
no
see
idea.
that.
I guess the main ingredient is almond milk. It's probably water. So
I mean, so you'd still be getting water. But
yeah, because I was gonna say
still.
even milk, the main ingredient. Well, because even just like cow milk, like wouldn't there still be a lot of water in that?
Oh yeah, I would think.
Yeah, and then soda has water, so like you're always drinking water, I guess.
For my skin, though, I've realized that's even why I feel like I have acne right now. I feel like the main thing for me is not having hydrated skin. Like I have to be lathering my face in lotion or else it just gets acne, which is so funny because that's why I even got acne in the first place in middle school was because I started putting all these harsh products on my face and then it dried out my skin and gave my skin so much acne. So it just for my particular skin, like the only way to knock acne is being so hydrated.
Oh, for sure. I feel like that's why I don't ever.
My skin, not like my body.
I try not to like overuse these acne medications, because if I do, yeah, my skin gets dry and like it actually just causes acne, and also it's so painful.
Oh yeah, but it's so. What were you gonna say?
Oh, because like having acne is one thing, but then having painful acne, it's like,
Ugh.
I hate it.
But it's so weird because that took so long to accept for me because I always thought lotion equals acne. Hydrating your skin equals acne. You have to dry out your skin, dry out the acne. But turns out it was all completely backwards. And everything I had been told was a lie.
That is crazy. But then again, maybe some people drying out their skin is the only way.
I know. That's what I was saying. That's why I kept clarifying just my skin. I don't want someone getting acne and blaming me. This is just my particular genetics. My genetics. My genetics. String that song by Meghan Trainor, guys.
I've heard people say that my genetics are good.
Genetics. Genetics.
It's funny how that's like her genre of music. Like her genre of music is literally like, what's the word? I guess overly confident music. I know a lot of music is like, I'm so hot and stuff, but I like how her music is this other genre. It's like a genre of basically being like I'm just like the best person ever. But it's like, I know there's a lot of rap songs like that, but she brings a whole new flavor to it. Even like her song, like, how does that song go? Like, my number is no. Like,
oh, my name is no. My number is no. My sign is no. You need to let it go. It's all about people pursuing her, and she's like, F all of y'all. Yeah, so they are just, there's confidence boosters.
yeah, they kind of remind me of like soundtracks, you know?
Oh yeah, that's also funny with a lot of rap music. A lot of it, like some rappers, like some more than others, but with some it's like, all just about like I'm the best, and all of you guys suck.
Okay,
You're holding all those 50s. I'm holding all those hundreds.
so
It's actually a Nicki line.
oh yeah, what song? I
The
guess.
Flawless remix with Beyonce.
Okay, so talking about that rap thing, so one of my favorite songs right now is Big Fat and Juicy by Bruno Mars and Sexy Red. I actually have a really interesting point, like, because what do we think? Do you think that song is like bragging or not? Because like some of her lines are saying like a kind of, I guess you could say like flexing about how good her like vagina is or whatever. But it's weird because I was just thinking about it because you were mentioning rap and that song is kind of rap. And then I was thinking like, I don't really consider that song bragging though.
No,
but
because it's not pushing anyone down. I feel like I view it more bragging in these songs that are explicitly saying like, I'm the best, you suck, you ain't got no life. Like these songs, this is just her saying like, I love myself, I love my vagina, it's so big, fat, and juicy and stuff. Like it's not really, I don't really view that as, I guess it is bragging, but I feel like it's not like putting others down. Like I don't feel insecure listening.
When I listen to that song and with some of these other like overly confident songs, I feel like some people do it in this way, who it feels like they're including you. Now I know
that's sort of
I
like
don't.
Lizzo to me.
Yeah, so I know I don't have a vagina and it's not big, fat, and juicy, but when I listen to that song, I feel like Sexy Red and Bruno Mars, like they're talking about everyone. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know if that's, it's just weird realizing in this moment that some people have this ability to include everyone in their songs. It's so funny talking about big, fat, and juicy, but actually though, like it just feels like
I know you don't-
everyone gets to enjoy.
You don't even have a vagina, but you felt included.
Yeah, and I was just like, I just felt like Bruno Mars was hyping me up and stuff.
Big, fat, and juicy.
So what Lizzo songs are like that for you?
Well, I just remember listening to Juice by Lizzo, and it's all about like, I'm the best, mirror, mirror on the wall, don't gotta tell me I'm cute. But then she says, if I'm shining, everyone else is gonna shine too. And that's actually true, because if you're insecure, just know that's actually something to point out. When you're insecure, you're ruining everyone else too. Because I feel like if you hate yourself and you think, I'm so ugly and stupid, you're ruining everyone else because you're probably bringing all your bad vibes on them. You're viewing everything through that lens, so then they hate themselves. Whereas Lizzo, she's saying like, I'm so hot, and like then when you're around her, you might feel uplifted.
Oh yeah.
So it just shows like if you're insecure, like it's very selfish.
Yeah, and if you are insecure, it's obviously like difficult not to be insecure, but like you just I guess try to walk through it.
My advice would be stop.
STOP.
Just stop. And that's that. We'll maybe elaborate more on that next week.
Stop the bad things, continue the good things.
You guys, it's as simple as that.
Bye.
Bye.